So this is an April flight, April 21st, 2022. We're going to start at the top. You can see toward the top just how much sediment is coming into this project. These trees have been in place 18 months. This will be the second runoff year. You can just see how much sediment's coming into here. These trees are really absorbing it. A lot of them are already getting pretty well buried by sediment. One of the really cool things I keep enjoying looking at is this reconnected wetland. The river there flows to the left, and this is a channel that we dug out to reconnect this wetland, raised up the water table with a riffle in the river. And this water that we're following is new flow 2020 and before. For maybe a century, water wasn't flowing across this. This was a grassland. At some point in history it had been wetland, and now once again it is. Turn around and kind of look back at that. You can see not a lot of water being used to flow through that, but it definitely makes a big difference in that wetland system to connect it again. You can really see how high the water is. These structures are pretty well under the water surface. If you come back in late July, August, September, a lot of this wood and structure we see will be above the water. As we move downstream, you really see a lot more wetlands showing up. You can see where the snow is melted. That's from water kind of flowing through old channels and through the gravel underground. That wasn't something we were seeing before this project. Give you a really good view of how the water is being redirected to the center so that the sediment falls out on the sides. The channel is going to deepen in the center. That'll be more of that gravel bottom, more deep water, more diversity to the stream bank. Now, of course, if your flight's controlled by the wildlife biologist, you're going to get to stop and look at ducks. These look like some ringnecks. Get back to the planned flight. So here's a lot more of this wetland that we're working to reconnect. All these old oxbows were getting pretty dry. They would have water, especially in high water years. But with the new project backing up the water and what we call reconnecting the floodplain, you're going to see a lot more water in this wetland system. Again, even as we work downstream, you really see how much sediment is falling out of the system behind these trees. Pretty impressive. And this section was just completed last fall, so you're really seeing how quickly it can change the processes of the river. Oh, looks like there's some more ducks. We better look. Looks like another ringneck pair and some cinnamon teal. Oh, look out. 3 males, 1 female. Cinnamon teal don't have very good dating odds there. Yeah, we might just sit here and watch for a minute. You're not going anywhere, are you? Okay, fine. Back to the program. Oh, wait, more ducks. These look like goldeneye. Now, one thing I didn't notice until after I got the footage back onto my computer is the difference between the top. So this was the upstream end. Look at how cloudy the water is, how much sediment's in there. Now let's jump back down to the bottom. And you can see there's still sediment, quite a bit of it in there. But that's an obvious difference. Back to the top. This footage was taken maybe 15-20 minutes apart. Same camera, pretty much just as fast as I could fly, the length of the river difference. So this is probably 3 to 4 miles of stream. The difference there at the top versus the bottom. That really stands out when you compare those side by side. Pretty interesting. Pretty effective. Okay, let's zoom out to a broad overview. You can really see those old oxbows are full of water. Those wetlands are going to get a huge boost from this project. And of course, that gives us more opportunity to look at the ducks and the geese. About a couple mallards over here. Yeah, don't mind me. Just watching some ducks. And maybe we should take a look at what the geese are up to. Showing a little aggression. They're probably not as comfortable with the camera hovering above them. So on the way back to the truck, I noticed this floodplain here that's reconnected, this kind of side channel. There are streams that feed it, but it wasn't flooded nearly this much before the project reconnected this floodplain. As I'm heading back, I actually noticed a couple sandhill crane right here. And of course, I'm going to make you stop and watch the birds. They are using wetlands that were greatly enhanced by the project. The black line through the middle, that was the old stream channel, and that was most of the water in here before the project raised the water table and restored this small wetland. So, looks like it's doing a pretty good job. Looks like our wildlife are finding the habitat we're making for them, and we're pretty happy with that. So yeah, I think I'll call it a day.